Hey friends, welcome to my house. Just doing a little generator maintenance. You know, once a month you're supposed to wipe this down, make sure the area is clean around here. Oh, that actually does look a lot better. But if maintenance is more than just cleaning to you, this video is gonna be what you need. You know, Champion makes the routine maintenance really, really easy. And on this video, I'm gonna walk you through all the steps you need to do the biannual or every 100 hour, depending on which comes first, maintenance on a Champion home standby generator. I suspect if you have a Kohler, a Generac, some other model, that it's gonna be pretty similar to what you're gonna see on this video. So with that being said, let's jump into how to maintain your periodic maintenance on your home standby generator. Let's get going. Hey Build Show fans, sorry to interrupt, but today's video is sponsored by us, Build Show Live. That's right, if you don't know, we are on our third year doing a trade show. This is a live in-person event in San Antonio, Texas, September 10th through 12th. You've got to be there. We're going to have like 20 of our Build Show Network contributors there. It's fantastic education. This is a trade show by contractors for contractors. Totally unlike the big show that they have that has 1 million people and has all kinds of garbage stuff there. This is a show that you want to come to because you're going to get great education, because the manufacturers that present there are people that have been on the Build Show and understand what you are looking for. You're gonna get specific answers to your questions, great education, and of course, you're gonna meet some peers in the industry that you can contact, that you can develop your network. So when you have an issue that comes up, you can call your buddy in the next city over or 5 states away and say, hey, what would you do in this situation? BuildShowLive.com for tickets. I'll see you in September in San Antonio, Texas. Okay, so no matter which manufacturer's home standby generator you've got, you want to make sure that you've got the maintenance and install and homeowner's guide. I actually lost my paper copy, so I grabbed it off the web. Champion made it really easy, and I scrolled down to the maintenance section. Now, if you look at this maintenance section, there's some things that you want to do weekly and monthly. You know, we want to check the engine oil level. We're going to clean the cover, some of those kinds of things. But what I'm going to focus on here is the periodic maintenance. Every 2 years or 100 hours of operation, we need to service our generator, make sure that it's ready to go if we have an outage. You know, if you think about an outage, you might be easily able to run your, or need to run your generator for a couple of days. So that's your 100-hour service mark. We need to get a couple things ahead of time. You want to get a service kit. These are really easy from Champion. I suspect other manufacturers make these as well. Spark plugs, oil filter, and air filter. Locally, you're going to want to pick up some oil as well, and you want to look at the manufacturer's guide to see what the best one is. Champion recommends for all conditions 0W40 full synthetic, and believe it or not, it only takes 1 quart. And then the next thing I want to show you is how easy they make this maintenance. It's really straightforward on this generator. In fact, I would say it's a lot easier than your car or your lawnmower, depending on what you're used to doing in terms of changing oil and maintaining. But when we look under the hood here, the first thing you want to look at is your access controller. On your Champion model, it's going to be a countdown timer. So every 2 years when you do this maintenance, you're going to reset that timer and it's going to count down from 100 hours down to 0. And remember, when you exercise this on a weekly basis, mine turns on Saturdays, 10 a.m. for 15 minutes. All it's doing is just making sure everything's working well. So when I'm in the backyard, I can make sure that I take a look at that trouble light and make sure that it's off, that there's no faults or issues or problems. Because if it didn't start or had a problem, the unit will throw a trouble light. That red LED will light up and we'll be able to say, hey, we got an issue. Let's figure out what the problem is. The service process, though, really straightforward. Check this out. This hose right here on the back of the unit, we're going to pop off that hose clamp, and there's no drain plug. All we're going to do is drop that hose into this oil pan that's included, put it through the slot right here, and we're going to drain this thing down. Now, we want to make sure that we're following all the safety precautions from the manufacturer. We actually hit this into off mode. We're going to make sure that it's not going to start up on us. And the other thing we're going to do is we're actually going to run this for a couple of minutes before we change the oil to get that oil nice and hot and make sure that it's all draining out. Now, once the oil's changed, we're going to change the oil filter. That kit has the filter Really straightforward to do. And in my case, I actually did not change the air filter. When I pulled that air filter out, I was surprised by how beautiful and clean it looked. It looked literally like the brand new air filter, so I didn't have to do anything on the air filter. Really straightforward. Now, what you do want to do though on a regular basis is check your dipstick. Obviously, when you're filling it, we want to make sure we don't overfill this thing. It's not good to have too much oil in there. And if your unit has been running, if you actually had an outage, I believe the manufacturer tells you to stop once a day, turn the unit off, double check the oil, make sure that you're not low on oil. That's a real problem if you're low on oil. Now here's something that's interesting on mine. My unit is actually 4 years old. I installed this in 2022. So if you look at the battery sticker right here, which is pretty dusty and dirty, you can see it's got an April 2022 date on there. In my case, I'm gonna go ahead and change out the batteries. It's not calling for any faults. It's not saying I've got low voltage, but I know in the Texas heat that batteries in cars need to be changed every 3 to 4 years. So for a little amount of money, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Those batteries are probably $100 each. Totally worth it on a 4-year basis. That's not in the manual, but that's a Matt Reisinger thing. So I would say, depending on how old your batteries are and depending on where you are, if you're in the north, you might be able to get away with maybe 5 years before you change them. In the south, every 3 to 4 years is a really good prophylactic idea. Now, once all that maintenance is done, we're gonna close this thing up. We're gonna make sure everything's on. And then I'm gonna show you one last tip here as we close out the video on how to double check that your unit is working. So with that being said, let's walk over to the panel box. I'll meet you there. Okay, so next up, a tip to know that everything's working. And this is not a bad idea for people to know. I wouldn't say you're gonna do this on a regular basis, but maybe once a year you might do this. And again, this is a Matt Reisinger tip. This is not a sponsored video. Champion had nothing to do with this video. This is my main panel. So this is power in from the grid. This powers my main panel. You can see I have a 200 amp service right here. And then if you look at my circuits, you're gonna see that one of these is labeled generator panel. That conduit right there is coming to this panel, which is my generator panel. So all of these circuits are energized when the power's off by my generator. And that happens right here with this ATS, automatic transfer switch. This happens to be a 200 amp rated model, but mine's only pulling, I've only got 100 on here because that's the capacity of my particular unit. So with that being said, if I flip this breaker, which is labeled generator panel, that's 2628, 2628. When I flip this off, the ATS is gonna think that the power went out and it should start my generator and it should eventually, within a minute or so, move the power from the generator to the panel and it would power those circuits in my house. So let's do a little test. Let's find out how long it takes. You ready? 2628 and go. Okay, the first thing that's gonna happen is the generator is gonna fire up. Let's see how long it takes. Not bad, pretty quick. Now this is gonna be harder for you to hear, but there's gonna be a switch that's gonna go in here, which will transfer power, but the ATS is gonna wait a certain amount of time. I actually don't know how long off the top of my head, until that's up to speed and running normally. So I suspect in about 30 seconds or so, I'm gonna hear a little click from in here, and that's gonna switch the power to the generator, because right now on my emergency circuits, which are these circuits, everything's off. In other words, my refrigerator is off in the kitchen right now. My garage freezer is off. I think that was it. Is it on? That was it. It was really quiet actually. So it took about a minute, maybe a minute and 15 for that power to switch over. So now my emergency circuits, which in my case are basically most of my kitchen, my garage freezer and fridge, 2 different air conditioning units, and a couple plugs and light circuits. All those are now energized in the house from my generator. And I can flip this back to the on mode. And now I've got power from my panel coming back in. So that generator should stop in a couple of minutes now that this is now getting power from the grid. I just heard the switch. Let's see how long it takes for that thing to turn off. Okay, there we go. Pretty straightforward, right? Now I know my generator with the new batteries, with the oil change, with all that routine maintenance, it's working perfectly. When I have an outage, a minute to 2 minutes later at most, I'm gonna have power back on at my house. This is not a sponsored video, but do know that Champion has sponsored videos with me in the past. Great company, I've used a lot of their power equipment. I'll put a link to them in the description. But I think this video would be helpful for you, even if you have one of the other brands out there. I suspect that the maintenance, the routine is pretty much the same. Some of the mechanics may be slightly different. That being said, guys, if you're not currently a subscriber, hit that subscribe button below. We've got new content here every single Friday. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram, otherwise we'll see you next time on The Build Show.